On the second Sunday of September at Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan, the Motor City Kitties playing host today to another feline, and the Chicago Bears coming into town for an NFC North matchup. It's Chicago, it's Detroit. Jared Goff playing host to Caleb Williams. Looking forward to some great Week 2 football. These two teams had complete opposite wins and losses in week number 1. It was the Lions with a 20-12 victory on the road against the Green Bay Packers. And as for the Chicago Bears, another disappointing loss, a 10-point fourth quarter lead at home, and they end up finding a way to lose a game that they simply could not have lost. 24-23 to the Minnesota Vikings, giving up a last-minute touchdown to Jalen Nailor on a deep ball. Looking for a different result in the same division. Cairo Santos kicks us off, and we are underway from Ford Field. This is Craig Reynolds on the return up to the 23-yard line. Not a very positive return, but here is Jared Goff looking to get the Lions back to the number 1 seed in the National Football Conference, just as he did a year ago. 15-2 record, and they were one and done in the divisional round with a loss to the Washington Commanders, the Giant Slayer. Could not get over the hump, though, of the Philadelphia Eagles like everybody else. Lions, though, feel they have the talent and the coaching to get the job done in 2025. Here is Goff off the play action. Well protected downfield. And an early shot winds up incomplete. Jaquan Brisker in coverage there as we welcome everybody joining me here today. SM Eagle John Zeller, Leontre Games, LaShawn, EG Pro, everybody else joining me throughout. Glad to have you guys in here on a beautiful Wednesday night in June. Gotta give respect where it's due to Jared Goff for opening up with a deep shot there. Sam Laporta is in motion on a 2nd and 10. Out route, though, caught by Jahmyr Gibbs, and he'll pick up just about the full 10. TJ Edwards, though, makes it 3rd and short. Let's talk about this Lions offense real quick that lost a huge piece of their core up front. No more Frank Ragnow, surprisingly retiring after 7 seasons. One of the best centers in the business. Lions will have to find a way without him. The core part of their offensive line no longer. Handoff here is to David Montgomery, and the two-headed monster off to a great start at home. 17-yard pickup, and the Lions are growling early. First down to midfield. I will have to take a look at the Madden 26 trailer. I will say, EG Pro did a great job explaining it. Hyped me up for it, that's for sure. Lions now at midfield, and some movement up front. No penalty marker, though. Looked like an offside penalty. Could have been drawn instead. No worries for Sam Laporta. His first catch running over defenders out of bounds at the 38-yard line. It is a big day for the fantasy. Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown are the players to watch for the members fantasy. You can be a part of all the fun on the outside looking in for just $4.99 a month. Jahmyr Gibbs standing at the 45-yard line. Looking for his first carry today, and he will get this one right side with excellent blocking out in front. Jahmyr Gibbs up the sideline, upright, out of bounds after a 21-yard pickup. Terrific start early on for the Lions offense. This is what they do to every opponent that they play. I believe the Bears actually were the team that they did that fake fumble play on, if I'm not mistaken. Chicago knows all about it. It is the Ben Johnson return game, though. Something we will talk about more when Chicago is in possession. Here's Goff off the bootleg and wide open. Sam Laporta into the end zone. What a march for the Lions. And there is Laporta with a big fantasy touchdown already. Jared Goff leading the charge behind the 2 running backs and his favorite tight end, Sam Laporta, starting to become a veteran. Huge opening drive. Wow, that was quick. Less than 2 minutes into this one. Amen to that, John Zeller. Big amen to that. Could not have gone much better. What's going on, Flash Gordon? Extra point here is for Jake Bates, the USFL kicker. Up and good. Lions lead by 7. 6-play, 77-yard drive. And if you blinked, they scored. Watch the 1987 Niners-Oilers. Niners went like 14-2 that year. and lost to 8-8 or something like that. Vikings in the first round of the playoffs. That is wild. Losing to the Vikings in the playoffs, that is a curse. Maybe worse than going 0-4 in a Super Bowl. Losing to a team that historically loses on their own. That is wild, though. Bears will take over. Looking for an equal result on their opening drive. Return for Devin Duvernay up to the 25-yard line. And here comes Caleb Williams on the second Sunday in September. Looking to go out there and do his thing. I just realized now how Madden put the international flags on the back of helmets. I saw a Jamaican flag and then the Nigerian flag on the back of Adunze's there. Very creative. Bears now on the offensive end, and here is the Ben Johnson revenge tour. Off to a bad start. Screen pass goes for nothing. What's going on, Zombal Flesh? Got some Lion fans in the building. Good time to announce the pick'em split for today, 28-7 in favor of the Motor City Kitties. And now from the pistol, Williams will hand off to DeAndre Swift. Here's a former Lion taken down after just a gain of a yard on the play. That one not working out too pretty, and the bell's starting to ring inside of Ford Field. What up, JJJ? Another Lion fan in here. Detroit representing. Williams now from the empty on a 3rd and 9, just a 4-man rush. Well protected for now. Williams going to say a prayer, send this one down the field, and wide open. Luther Burden into the end zone, 74-yard touchdown. What a pass from Caleb Williams. And when all was going wrong, QB1 steps up and delivers that one. Beautiful in-stride toss, and the rookie out of Missouri is gone. What a toss. And we are ready for an electric NFC North offensive battle. That is 2 touchdowns in less than 3 minutes. Whoa. PFF says the Lions have the NFL's best roster. Maybe that's still the Eagles. I think all around, probably. Offensively, I'd probably give the edge to the Lions. Santos on for the extra point. Up and good. And the bear down emotes coming out early on here in the first quarter. 3-play, 75-yard drive. Most of those passes seem to get knocked down, so I was kind of shocked to see one end up complete. What do we got coming up after this one? Let me take a look real quick. See what we got coming up tomorrow in week number 2. Another divisional matchup. It's the Patriots and the Dolphins. New England off to a 1-0 start after their OT win. And Miami fell on the road to the Indianapolis Colts. That is our 4th consecutive divisional matchup, I believe. Actually, 4 of our last 5, with the Jaguars and Bengals in between. Browns, Ravens, and Cowboys, Giants. Still, though, huge week for all these matchups. We got the Bears at 0-1. Lost 24-23 on Monday Night Football, and the Lions won 20-12 in Green Bay last week. Lions looking to become the first 2-0 team. Still nobody with 2 W's yet. Just a couple of games through week number 2. Play action pass for Jared Goff. Never saw it coming. Jaquan Brisker with a 9-yard sack. And this is a game full of highlights again. Might not even have to make a highlight tape for this one. It speaks for itself. Luther Burden Legacy Sim season, it might have to be. He's off to a pretty hot start. One of the better rookies early on in the sim year. They are doing well defensively. Just have to stop the big chunk plays downfield. 2nd and 13, and again, Goff is stumped, lost the football, and it's an offensive score, a safety for the Bears. Whoa. T.J. Edwards. Shot out of a cannon, and all Jared Goff could do was land back on the football, and the Bears take the lead. Bingo for the safety, first of the year, and Jared Goff back at it again. All the talk about a Ben Johnson offense. But how about the Bears defense? What a way to answer. Jack Fox on for the kickoff here. Interestingly, from his own 20. with the safety rules in play for the kickoff, and a good return for Devin Duvernay up to the 32. Ravens in week 2, yeah, they are 0-2. Dropped a shocking largest upset of the year, 13-10 against the Browns. That Cleveland defense, no joke. Probably the craziest start to the year. Bears offense, little to no rest in between a couple of plays. Back at it, ahead by 2. Williams to the sideline, connecting with DJ Moore, and we can finally settle down after a handful of highlight plays in a row. Man, if we win by 2 today, that would be something else. Did not have a safety on my bingo card today. Did not expect that one. That is back-to-back games now with a defensive score, I think. Moore picks up a yard on the out route. Hand off to the former Lion, DeAndre Swift. Hang on to that football because Jack Campbell hungry for his 3rd forced turnover this season. I believe he had 2 last week. Actually, one of them may have gotten overturned. Had the interception, though, against Jordan Love. Leads the NFL in interceptions this season with 4 through just 2 weeks. Williams will hand off to DeAndre Swift, trying to find an alley, finds Jack Campbell instead. Brings up a 4th and 2, and maybe the Lions defense now ready to wake up. Pick 6 if Kirby gets it. Kirby Joseph trying to get his paws on one eventually. Have to wait though. Torrey Taylor, Iowa Hawkeye, on for the opening punt of this one. It is a beautiful end-over-end kick. Fair caught at the 18-yard line by Khalif Raymond. Jared Goff will take back over just about from where he coughed up the football and handed the Bears the ball and 2 points. How generous. Lions, though, as previously mentioned, looking to become the first 2-0 team this season. Lots of 1-1s across the board and a couple of 0-2s as well. Detroit, though, demanding nothing but the best after a 15-2 season. Out route caught by the backup tight end. This is Brock Wright. 6-yard pickup. One of your week 1 games out of safety. We had not even a defensive score in week 1. I think we're up to 2 now with the Jaguar scoop and score. Still have not had a pick 6, but you never know when that'll happen. Fullback in the backfield here. Looks like that actually might be the backup tight end, Brock Wright, after his previous reception. Goff, though, still looking to fire this one to the sideline. Finds Sam Laporta. Terrific start for the 30-year tight end. Unbelievable rookie season for Laporta. 3 catches, 37 yards, and a touchdown early on here. And we are getting a coach's challenge. Have not seen a lot of these, actually. Most are automatic booth reviews, and let me take a look at that left foot. Looks like, I don't know. I mean, his feet are phasing through the floor, so kind of hard to tell. But the call will stand, and Chicago will lose a timeout. So 0-1 on challenges in the Ben Johnson era. Lions will maintain their first down up to the 33. Battle of the Kitties. We've had a couple of those this week with the Jaguars and the Bengals. I guess if you consider Chicago a kitty. Close enough. You definitely have to consider the Lions, though, a feline, that's for sure. Call on the field stands as the Bears lose their first time out. Handoff is to David Montgomery. 2 carries and 2 first down rushes. 16 yards a rush right now. Get that man the football. Get him the football ASAP. Never even welcome in Santorio. Sorry, I keep getting these green names mixed up. Tends to happen from time to time. Jamison Williams at the top of the screen here. Yet to have a target. Just about 6 minutes into this one. Delayed handoff is to Jahmyr Gibbs, busting through a tackle. And picks up 7 across midfield. In my 2031 season, Ravens went 13-3. Lost to the Texans in the wild card, 56-34. Is that scoring on me? I reckon it's close. Laporta would win a fist fight against Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Don't need to explain. No, you don't. No targets either for Amon-Ra St. Brown until now. Right on cue. Collects that first down. 7 first downs already for the Lions and just one for the Bears, and despite that, they lead by 2. Bears are defying the odds for the better this week after defying the odds for the worst. Had roughly a 95% chance to win after the Montez Sweat sack up by 10, and they found a way to snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory in front of their home fans on Monday night. Here goes Goff back down the field, and there's the 9-yard pickup, and it is number 1. Jay Will, who had a career day last week against the Green Bay Packers, over 100 yards receiving, and the game-sealing touchdown as well. Finally gets the target and lands the first down. Amon-Ra looking to get hot here. Laporta to the right. Amon-Ra to the left of Jared Goff. This one, though, heading toward the tight end. Another first down snatch. 5-yard pickup. But again, that is the 8th first down in the first quarter. 2.5 to go now in the opening period. Lions in a prime position to take the lead back. 5-step drop here for Jared Goff. Well protected. Not going to last all day. And Montez Sweat is there with the sack. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. Second sack of the year for Montez Sweat, the former Washington Commander. And that'll set the Lions back a little bit here. 3rd sack already taken today by Jared Goff. Not been too well protected. Missing Frank Ragnow. Very much so up front. 2nd 16, handoff going to Jahmyr Gibbs. Breaking some ankles. Pulling this one to the outside. What a move. Still battling and picks up 8. What a highlight play from number 0. Woo! I want to see a replay of that one. I'm going to go back and watch it again myself. Man. Nasty. Hopefully Jaquan Brisker found his feet somewhere around the 30-yard line. 3rd and 8, though, for the Lions. Jared Goff dances and fires this one out of bounds. Good stop, though, for Chicago. Nasty juke of the year. If only it went for like a first down. Touchdown there would have been a bit greedy, but one could ask for a moving of the chains. Not on 2nd and 16, though. Is what it is. Jake Bates looking to put Detroit back ahead here in the final 2 minutes of the opening quarter. 42-yarder up and good. That was a high-arcing kick. Let me tell you, they got his stats boosted. Lions lead by a point, 10-9, with 1:06 to go into the opening quarter. Long first quarter. Quite a long opening 10 minutes. Caleb Williams, though, with a 74-yard touchdown pass, and then the 3-and-out, looking to get back out there. Yeah, Cook up offensively. What up, Live Fire Sports? Return will be taken here by Devin Duvernay. Moving this one outside, landing right into an elbow and an injury for the Chicago Bears. Try to get a read on who this might be. And okay, thought it was 54. It is 45, so not a defensive starter. Bears will have to deal with that on the special teams side, though. Remember when the league laughed at Gibbs' pick in first round? I thought it was a solid pick. But yeah, many did. It is true. Press coverage up top there. Looks like that is Rome Odunze. But the handoff is to DeAndre Swift, rolling over bodies. And he'll pick up a half dozen on the opening play of drive number 3. For those joining recently, been a chaotic opening quarter. Lions went 6 plays, 77 yards. Bears responded with a 74-yard touchdown, forced a safety, and the Lions end up in a field goal with that previous drive. Chicago looking for the lead back before the end of the first period. Outside handoff to DeAndre Swift, and he barely makes the line to gain. Boy, that is a generous spot. Would love to know how Madden computes the ball reaching the plane, because I don't think that was anywhere near. What can I do, though? I'm all the way up here. Lions showing blitz here. 5 defenders on the line of scrimmage, and bring number 6, Jack Campbell, is there, and a devastating tackle by Brian Branch, which will take us to the end of one. Chicago 9, Detroit 10, in a close divisional battle in the Motor City. What up, Scribble? Interesting message to come back to. Second quarter underway from Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan. This time it's a four-man rush. Here comes Aiden Hutchinson. Wants revenge from his injury, hunting for a Deep Boy award this season. 2-yard sack, and the Lions defense has awoken. Realistically, though, who's winning in a fight, a bear or a lion? This would be a close matchup. I feel like the lion has more of a killer instinct, personally. Let me know your take, though. Could be close. 3rd and a dozen for number 18, Caleb Williams, dropping back here. Looking for someone open downfield, and the check down is secured by Ramadunze. That is a 16-yard check down to midfield. Justin Styles, wild. Ask Robert Kraft for recommendation. That's a great pull. Terrific pull. He was the original. Bears to midfield. In the opening minute of the second, Williams back to it through the air. Finds Colt Kmet trying to break this outside. All the way over to the bench of blue. 4-yard gain that time. Yeah, as a Browns fan, that hurts. But you're absolutely correct. I'm a Cat fan. I always liked who would win, Tiger or Bear more, actually. Yeah. It's a close battle. Tight end picks up his first 4 yards of the game in week number 2. Williams off the play action, going deep again. Double coverage and almost intercepted off the deflection. Luther Burden deep again. Got to have your eyes out for the speedster. Man, if that got intercepted off the deflection. Was kind of hoping for it. No Loveland yet this season. No, not a lot of love for Loveland. You hate to see it. Nearly an interception. Bears live to see another day. Outside pass on the money. Down the sideline goes Luther Burden with a spin move into the red zone. Over 100 yards receiving for the rookie on just 2 receptions. Boy, let me tell you, that is back-to-back weeks now. He has shown off that spin move. Thing of beauty for Chicago. They feel like they got the steal of the draft on day number 2. Out route here is caught, and right on cue, there is Colston Loveland. Believe that is his first catch of the season. A 6-yard gain to the 12-yard line. If you guys want anybody else to get a catch, just put their name in chat. They'll read it, apparently. Tends to be a trend around here. What a play, though. Bears looking for the end zone for the second time today. Back to DeAndre Swift, and he is shut down by Alex Anzalone. No gain that time. Luther Burden is making a huge difference today. Not wrong. It's the guy they want. I think he will complement Caleb Williams very, very nicely. Nonetheless, though, huge play coming up here. Odunze and DJ Moore to the left side of Caleb Williams off the play action. Well protected, rolling left side, looking for the line to gain, and he has got it by about a yard. And he will let the Lions know which direction this one's moving. That way, sir. First and goal for Chicago. But a terrific drive for the Bears, all things considered. Came up empty-handed on their previous drive, and they don't want that to happen here. Bootleg pass again for QB1. Williams stepping up in the pocket, take it off again, slides to safety. Smart man. He watched tape on Lamar Jackson in week number 1. Guy that coughed up the football. And a crucial part of the game, and they never recovered. Bears looking for the end zone. Will they find it? Lions looking for a goal line stand. And a red zone turnover like they had last week. And almost off the deflection had that one right to Kirby Joseph. In the vicinity. Could not judge the trajectory. And 3rd and goal coming up for the Chicago Bears. Should take the lead no matter what here. Just a matter of by how much. Williams now is being collapsed upon, never stood a chance. Brian Branch got him again. Loss of 7, and it looks like now inevitably the Bears will settle for a field goal. Good stop by the Detroit Lions. All out blitz on 3rd and goal. Who else but that man right there? Dan Campbell. Be a 29-yarder. More or less of a chip shot here. 29 yards away from the right hash. Almost blocked, but it's up and good. One of these days, man, it's going to get blocked. So close off the edge. Very, very close indeed. Well, Chicago ahead by a pair. The safety right now making a huge difference. It's something else. Caleb not this athletic in real life. I don't think we have seen the best version of Caleb yet. Coaching has held him back. A little bit of Baker on the hand. I like that, yeah. Khalif Raymond on the return. And actually, again, I think this is Craig Reynolds. Those two interchange. I hate to do kickoffs, man, because I can never tell you who's going to return it until after the play. It is what it is, though. Should have ran the ball. Tell Marshawn Lynch that. $1,000 to take a hit with no pads on by Primary Lewis. Y'all taking it? Yeah, for $1,000. Of course. It's a lot of money. Could probably pay off the hospital bill for my fractured sternum, but sure. Lions in a run-heavy formation here to open up their 4th drive of the day. Looking for another scoring possession off the play action. Goff is sacked again. T.J. Edwards. Or no, this is Tremaine Edmonds this time. Those two have been hunting him down like a pheasant in a field. 9-yard loss on the play. Back to the 12. College, that ain't even that bad. Got a big old scholarship, so life is going to be all right. I'll deal with that post-college, all right? Let me enjoy my 4 years. Midway point now of the second quarter. Bears defense has been making a huge difference in this one, with the safety and 4 sacks on the day. Outside pass, though, up the sideline to the speedster. Jameer Gibbs picks up 11 yards back. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Detroit Lions. A lot more manageable than 3rd and 15 plus. I love how it's universal now that it's Jared Goof. Can't goof it up here, that's for sure. Will the Bears bring another blitz? They will not. Linebackers drop, and that means Goff going downfield, and it is dropped by Jameson Williams. Boy, he was thinking about a celebration. Not the best ball in his defense, but that's a catch an NFL receiver has got to make. SM smelled that nearly to perfection. Jack Fox on for the punt for the Lions. Well protected that time. Gets this one away, and a fair catch called for by Devin Duvernay at the 34-yard line. That is tragic. How many drop passes have we had the last couple of days? Malik Neighbors had one. Darius Slayton had the most embarrassing one yesterday off the helmet. That was funny to watch back on the replay. And that is one there for Jameson Williams he'll be thinking about. The cursive wearer number 1 in week 2 of the NFL season. Out route here going to Cole Kmet. Minimal gain again. I feel like sometimes Caleb is just settling for the underneath. What's going on, Mystic? Jared Goof on that one? Yeah, I would say. Goof might not be the correct terminology. We're going to have a whole language of just Jared Goff nicknames now. Colston leveling in to block here on a 2nd and 8. Handoff is to DeAndre Swift, brought down from behind nicely by Derek Barnes. 2 yards picked up to the 37. And again, the gong is chiming inside of a closed roof at Ford Field today. A lot of hungry football fans here that have been waiting desperately for a team like this for decades on end. Feel like they have got their coach and they have got their football team back. Williams on 3rd and 6 with a check down to the former Lion, a guy that built the program up to the 50. Right at the midfield stripe. Moves the chains, a gain of 13. Chicago heading in the right direction. Bears also get the ball to begin half number 2. After the Lions opened up with a touchdown, they have been pretty quiet since then. hit a fork in the road offensively that they have got to get sorted out at the break. Outside pass here is to Colston Loveland, catch number 2, as Caleb wins the battle of the race to 150. Lions and Bears. Okay, both are hungry. I would say the Bears are more thirsty because they have been through quite a drought in recent history. Hasn't been too pretty. Not at all. DJ Moore got to be careful here. Looks like he is lined up offsides. It will not be officiated that way, though. And a first down rush for DeAndre Swift. Boy, 2 questionable calls there. That was offside, and I don't think Swift got the first down. But again, what do I know? This is bad. Brian Branch, pick 6 would go harder. No, it would. Shout out to his first career game. Pick 6 on Mahomes. DJ Moore getting away with it again. Another handoff is to Swift, following blockers out in front. And the tackle made from behind. The 2-minute warning has been reached from the Motor City of Detroit. The Bears ahead, 12-10, marching down the field. Looking to add to it here before halftime. No offensive offside, just not happening today. Moore this time abiding by the rules in a bunch of formation to the left. Williams hit as he fires this one right through the hands, incomplete, of DeAndre Swift. Anzalone brought the big guns that time, and again, it is 3rd down. Opening home game of the season for the Detroit Lions. One pride. Very prideful in their football team right now. Looking to make a stop here on a 3rd and 6. Aiden Hutchinson giving chase, and Williams is devoured. 2nd sack today for the Michigan native. Spent his entire life in the state up north. High school, college, NFL. That is something every NFL player wants. Nothing like playing for your hometown team. Bears on the punt. It is Torrey Taylor on 4th and 20. Looking to pin the Lions here. This ball's going to land at the 8 and bounce into the end zone for the touchback. What up, A-Rod? What up, Royal Reacts? What's our nation's going on here? Well, we had a safety, actually. Other than that, the Lions have just fallen flat. Something like that. Doing well, though, Royal Reacts. Doing quite good, I must say. Wrong team won yesterday. Don't let it happen again. Oh, boy. Not a lot of happy campers in chat with the pick'em. Could have another week 2 upset brewing here in Detroit as Goff is sacked for the 5th time today. Lions take a timeout. Kind of surprisingly. Let me tell you, though, all the pressure in the world getting home on Jared Goff. Do they ever miss their star-studded center? Eek. Lions take a timeout. Dan Campbell has unwavering faith in this offense. 2nd 17. Goff is going to look deep downfield, and again he misfires to Jamison Williams. Just been off this game today. Kevin Byard, former Tennessee Titan, in on coverage that time. Getting brutal for the Lions here. See what they can do on 3rd and 17. Just going to be a handoff to Jahmyr Gibbs, giving Jack Fox some room. Pick up a 4 timeout Bears. They want the ball back. Trying to get a double dip. Minute 01 to go. And again, another huge upset could be brewing here. Out of perfect pick'ems and by good measure. Didn't have an upset last night, in all fairness, but 28-7 is the distribution today. Looking like it could be another lopsided disaster for the MSG Chatters. Beautiful punt, though, from Jack Fox. What a bomb that was. All the way out to the 33-yard line. It'll go down as a 47-yard punt. Doesn't seem like anything crazy, but for Madden standards, that is a beauty. There you have it. Excited to watch Arch Manning play. Me too. That's the future of the Cleveland Browns. I'm sure it didn't work out, so I'm here for it. We'll see what happens. Bears down to their final timeout here. Williams looking to fire this one. Aiden Hutchinson almost there as DeAndre Swift going the wrong direction. Get that man a map. and maybe a GPS. What was he doing? I mean, I guess he took inspiration from the Saquon reverse hurdle, trying the reverse juke or truck, but no. 30 seconds left now. Williams will fire this one down the middle. Dropped by Luther Burden, and now the Lions might want the football back here. Game of tug of war that both teams are pulling the wrong direction. What's up, Dylan Holmes? Bears offensive line doing well. They're doing okay. Giving up 3 sacks, but Williams has had some time to deliver downfield. Looking for another opportunity here on a 3rd and 8, 4-man rush, and Williams will deliver a low pass, but it is caught for first down yardage up to the 44. That is a 9-yard pickup. But again, plenty to move the chains. Final timeout taken by Chicago, missing that first one from the failed challenge in the first quarter. Imagine if Tyler Shuck actually surprises everyone with good plays, though. Saints fans would be salivating. Williams now gonna look to the outside without a timeout. 20 seconds to go, and a sideline pass is caught, but not out of bounds, and that'll take us to halftime in all likelihood. About how I expected that to go. Not too mad at that clock management, though. Could have been a lot worse, and this is also relatively legit for the Bears. As time will expire, and the Bears will take a 2-point lead into halftime. And the Lions will kick it right back to them. Now, the Bears still have not learned clock management. It was in this very building, actually, on Thanksgiving Day that they completely forgot they had a timeout. So, you can't take the realism out of it. No matter how poorly Madden coordinates clock management for the Chicago Bears, you can't say Madden moment, because it's also a Matt Eberflus moment. Call it a Matt moment if you'd like. Say whatever you want. But it's not unrealistic. Second half is underway here from Ford Field. And a great return for Chicago up to the 35-yard line. Williams will take over from here. Here in the 26th draft could be another QB deep draft, actually. I would not be surprised. I think we're going to get a lot more deep drafts now with NIL deals starting to take over big time. Players are going to want to develop more in college. Bears begin their opening drive of the third quarter from their own 35-yard line. Check down here, caught by DJ Moore, upended by a mean Brian Branch, looking to force a fumble on the former Carolina Panther. Blockbuster trade that is not talked about nearly enough, how bad Carolina lost out on that. Bears end up getting their future at quarterback as well as the wide receiver that he tends to pick out the most. That might change, though, with the addition of Luther Burden. Second and 1 play action pass coming up here for Williams. Stepping right into a sack, and there is number 3 for Hutchinson. Loss of 3 on the play. And Hutch is making a great case for comeback and defensive player of the year, 0-1. Appreciate it, Livefire. Brings up a 3rd and 4. Lions trying to pitch a 3-and-out here. Williams this time well protected. Enough time to fire it to his wide receiver, Rome Odunze. And again, give Rome time to develop. Rome wasn't built today. Boy, that's going to get milked so bad with commentators if he ever ends up being something crazy. Let me trademark it first. Chicago into enemy territory with a new set of downs. Hand off to DeAndre Swift. Pulls left side for just a gain of 1. Met by Norris up front. Haven't talked nearly enough about this Lion defense today. Alex Anzalone, Jack Campbell, Derek Barnes, Terrion Arnold, DJ Reed, Ennis Rakestraw Jr., Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph make up the defensive backfield. Aiden Hutchinson, Marcus Davenport, Ali McNeil, and DJ Reader up front, and a great tackle for loss made once again by Norris. A-Rod preying on the downfall of QB1. Just the one turnover here today still on the Jared Goff fumble, ending up for a safety. Not really a turnover in all senses. Williams, though, standing on the head of the Lion on a 3rd and 10. Pocket collapsing. Williams fires this one into a tight squeeze, caught by Moore. 17-yard pickup. Lions just can't do themselves any favors right now. Can't get off the field on a 3rd and long to save their defense. Amon-Ra trying to get fired up here for his team. 5 blue jerseys once again on the line of scrimmage. A linebacker drops. Outside pass in the breadbasket. There goes Komet climbing inside the 5. 22-yard pickup. And that was all the tight ends work. Able to tiptoe and squeeze past Alex Anzalone, who had poor pursuit that time. They will look for a red zone stand again, though. Chicago looking for a different result from the 4-yard line. Williams rolling left, stepping up, looking to take off again, and he is shut down by Kirby Joseph. 2-yard pickup. They will do it again from the 2-yard line. Touchdown here would really make this game interesting. The upset might be more than on the radar with a Chicago score. Fullback is in for the Bears on a 2nd and goal. And the handoff is to DeAndre Swift, looking to fight outside. And right back to the original line of scrimmage. Alex Anzalone says a return to sender. And the gongs chime again on 3rd down. Will the Bears finish off a 4.5-minute drive here with a TD? Williams certainly hopes so. High snap, though. It is collected. Step into his right. Pressure coming. And he fires this one out of bounds. What a motion time. Another march comes to a halt again, thanks to the Lions' front 4. Another one. Another Chicago field goal attempt here for Santos. 21 yards out, up and good. Bears lead by their largest margin of 5 here today. Remains a 1-score game. Intriguing, that's for sure. 15 might be a scorigami type of number. We'll see what happens, though. 18 people in stream. Appreciate you guys tuning into a big NFC North matchup in week number 2. Go ahead and drop a like if you have not yet already, if you are enjoying a close one in the Motor City. 2 teams desperately looking for a win to propel their playoff ambitions, or at least their personal team goals here in 2025. Lions back to it, though, looking to get out of this run offensively, and they will begin that challenge at the 30-yard line with Jared Goff taking back over. Hasn't been well protected today. Cost them the football on one drive and a whole lot of yardage on the others. Can they get back to it? We'll see. Amon-Ra been very limited in his activities here. Not even 100 total yards of offense. That is embarrassing. So much yardage lost by sacks, though, as previously mentioned. Goff from under center. Quick strike is out there to Brock Wright. He'll pick up 4. And Oceanside with a $2 if the NFL doesn't hire you, I'm suing them. Appreciate it, my friend. Thank you for your contribution to the channel. As always. Believe you were my 2nd ever donator on the channel, up to 20 now, which is awesome. Goff going to have 5 targets to pick out from here, including the sun god, Amon-Ra St. Brown, in motion. Goff, though, going to air this one deep down the sideline. Got a step, and that looks like Jahmyr Gibbs, the running back, and it is. The spark the Lions needed. Jaquan Brisker beaten coverage. What a throw by Jared Goff. Awfully similar to the Tyreek Hill first down catch we saw a couple of weeks ago. Just like that, the Lions threatening to take the lead back, 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Pinpoint right going to Jahmyr Gibbs, got terrific blocking, and he will spin down at the 1-yard line. Not that time. Terrific effort. Nonetheless, though, beautiful play. Lions loving what they got going here on this drive. Can they finish it off? Goff from the empty here on a 2nd and 1. Kind of surprising. He'll step up, though, and fire this one incomplete. He could have walked it if he wanted to. Probably could have crawled in, all things considered. That's disappointing. Well, the Oceanside Dono is going to take him all the way up to 10th all time on the don't know list. So much appreciated. Lions now from the 1.5-yard line. Looking to punch it in and take the lead back. Here is Jahmyr Gibbs, who will dive over a defender into the end zone to give the Lions the lead back. Wonderful drive, all thanks to Jared Goff's deep ball. And Jahmyr Gibbs finishes off what he started. All right, Lions back ahead. They will probably go for 2 here. Looking to lead by a full field goal, and they will. Jahmyr Gibbs looking for the octopus here on the 2-point attempt. Goff will hand off to Gibbs, and he is denied that time. No good on the 2-point attempt. Tremaine Edmonds fills the hole quickly. So it is a 1-point lead for the Detroit Lions, which means in all likelihood, no matter what happens here, no matter what team scores or how it happens, it'll be a 1-score game until probably the end of it. Very exciting. Great tackle by Tremaine Edmonds. Making a football story about a fake league at a team called the New York Wolves, which I'm calling the Cardiac Canines. That is tough. Should make ChatGPT make a whole season of made-up teams. Bears back to it. Trailing for the first time since the opening quarter. They will have to climb the imaginary ladder from the 30-yard line. You know how high this man will be sentenced to 10,000 years in jail? I don't even know if a jail can hold you for that many life sentences, but I appreciate it. It's the thought that counts. All I can hope for is Herbo fully loaded masterclass, maybe. Bears back to it. Crowd behind the defense here for the first time in a while. 5-man rush. Williams throwing on the run, nearly intercepted. Dangerous pass. Thought he was throwing that one away. Didn't realize there was a defender named DJ Reed staring him in the face. Lions going to eat that up all day, though. Take that as momentum. They're loving it. Trying to get another sack here. Defensively, Williams hit as he throws, and that is a devastating incompletion. Alim McNeil right up the gut and into the gut of Caleb Williams. I can hear him from up here asking for help. Man. Schedule formula, I'll get to that in a minute, unless you're asking A-Rod. 3rd and 10 for Chicago. As loud as it has been all afternoon inside of Ford Field. Williams this time well protected, going to step up looking for the first down, and he has got just enough. Woo. I was going to say, mine's not very complicated. But yeah, I'm interested to hear this too, because I might take some intrigue and pick my own team in this made-up league. Sounds like it could be fun. Huge momentum killer on the first down carry. Here is the former Lion bouncing off a couple of tackles. Heart of a Lion and the legs of a Chicago Bear. Picks up a solid 5 yards on the rush. Yeah, I'm hearing murmurs of an international division potentially being in the NFL within a decade. Keep that in mind going forward. Loveland into block once again here. 2 catches today for the rookie. Off the play action, Williams going to fire this one downfield. Caught by DJ Moore down at the 31-yard line. And that will go for a gain of 23 yards. Thought he was going to pull away and go even further. Had DJ Reed not have been trailing Rumbadunze, very well it may have been the case. Chicago back into a prime position to take the lead back on the road. Hand off to DeAndre Swift. Hits the exterior into the red zone. Chicago starting to heat up. Their offense is taking over. What up, Who Dat Nation? Oh, I 100% agree, Flash Gordon. But if they open up a new franchise, we might have expansion drafts, which might change the game. Nearing the witching hour here in Detroit. And an upset might be brewing. Another handoff to DeAndre Swift, taking defenders with them on his 16th carry. 9-yard gain. He is running with the same anger as Isaiah Pacheco in the first quarter. Big play that time. Bears trying to get into the end zone from inside the 10-yard line. Haven't done that yet today, and it's only getting more difficult. 3rd and 1 coming up. DeAndre Swift could not break free. Bears have only scored a touchdown. Lions have scored 2. Very interesting game here. Could be our final play of the 3rd quarter, and a big one at that. 3rd and 1, Williams going to fire this one, caught by Komet near the goal line, and he is just short. What up, hey, channel? Having a good offense, inconceivable. Well, they actually had a safety and terrific defense today, but that is a big play heading into the 4th quarter. Yeah, Kirby Joseph saving a touchdown. Chicago could not be closer if they tried. Fullback dive up the middle and into the end zone for the touchdown. Chicago takes the lead in the 4th quarter. It is Durham Smith into the end zone with the dive, his first touch of the year for Chicago. I, for one, am a huge fan of the fullback dive. We need to bring that back in consistency. None of these QB sneaks that get your QB injured. Get the big fella in the pads in the backfield. Let him do the work. And now the Bears will go for 2. Looking to go ahead by a full 7 points. Handoff is to Swift, and he will find the end zone. With the dive, the Bears lead 23-16. Huge drive, huge 8 points. And the Bear fans in chat loving it. Road upset in the brewing? Potentially. We will see. That play took 1 second, that fullback dive. That's hilarious. Super consistent for me whenever I play these games. Oh, 100%. Best play of the game. I've been trying to tell my friends that for the longest time. Good luck stopping me at the 1-yard line with a fullback dive, and it ain't going to happen. Not now, not ever. Welcome to chat, Jonathan. Huge 4th quarter awaits us. Chicago opens up the scoring. Just 1 second in to the final 10 minutes. A touchdown is the deficit for Jared Goff, and there is a summation of his day. Lost the football on a sack, took a safety, and he has just been getting torn apart in the backfield. Not been his brightest day. Not really entirely his fault, though. Chicago has nearly double the yards of the Lions, and yet only lead by a touchdown. Goff looking to lead a game-tying drive. Here's Tim Patrick, a guy who has suffered injury after injury, who will pick up 9 yards on the reception. Another Jonathan. That's another bingo. Checking them off like crazy here today. Already had the safety. Could we be due for a turnover? Only the Jared Goff fumble, which he ended up recovering himself. Off the play action, 2nd and 1, deep ball downfield. Amon-Ra St. Brown is gone. You can kiss him goodbye. 62 yards for Amon-Ra St. Brown. He has been looking to get going all afternoon. Finally gets by Kyler Gordon, and the Lions an extra point away from a tie game. Huge TD for fantasy right there. Both of our guys in fantasy getting going. There you have it. Will they go for 2? Oh, not very Dan Campbell-like. Jake Bates on for the extra point. Hendon Hooker on the hold, and we are tied in the 4th quarter. Would you want it any other way in an interdivision matchup? The Bears and the Lions all knotted up at 23. Chicago going to try their best to not blow another 4th quarter lead. But it just seems like this team, week in and week out, snatches defeat out of the jaws of victory. Go for 3, yeah. If he could, he would, believe me. 9 minutes in the game, why would you go for 2 now? Because Dan Campbell, he doesn't really think like that. He just wants more points. Whatever will get him there. Here we go. Bates on for the kickoff. Back to the action. Chicago in a tie game will take back over from the 25-yard line. Huge hit on Velus Jones Jr. QB1 wear number 18. Ending his rookie season with a win at Lambeau over the Green Bay Packers. Looking to ride that momentum into 2025. Had a really bad stop in that loss last week. devastating fashion in the fourth quarter. Looking to have something go their way here, though, on the road. Williams down the middle is intercepted, picked off by Norris. Wow. And there is what Bears fans knew was going to come inevitably. Biggest play of the game thus far, and it's made by a rookie. First interception for Maurice Norris. Wow. What a play. And Goff will take back over at the 36-yard line. Unreal. Who called a pick? No one that time. Come on now. Can't believe it. Chat full of interception pickers, and nobody called that one out. First and 10 up to the 36-yard line. Lions take over with their best starting field position of the day. Goff on a 7-step trot. Blitz coming, and he delivers this one to Sam Laporta. An 18-yard pickup into the red zone. Felix Jones on the Saints. Now, I knew that wasn't right. He used to wear number 10, though. Basing that one off of history. Used to return kicks for Chicago back in the day. I feel like they get rid of all their returners at this point. Field goal or touchdown propels Detroit back ahead here. Tim Patrick in motion. Ball going his direction up the sideline. Makes one man miss. Devastating stiff arm. Kyler Gordon might have to go to concussion protocol after that one. It is a gain of 9 to the 9-yard line. Woo. This game is going crazy. Once again, 5 available targets out there for Jared Goff. Steps right at the 9-yard line. Now steps up, looking to do it himself. Who says the old man doesn't have the wheels? The Lions lead in the fourth quarter. And that is how you erase a 7-point deficit in the snap of a finger. Lions on a 13-0 run within just a single minute here at home. Best game of the week by far. I would probably say it's a fair take. I feel like every game has been very entertaining in its own way. I don't think Commanders-Packers was very good, but Terry McLaurin had 4 touchdowns. That was pretty impressive. This game, though, definitely the best back and forth. No doubt about it. On for the extra point is Jake Bates. And he will give the Lions a 7-point lead. 8:06 to go. What up, Bolt? Bears come back now that you're here. Better game than I thought it would be. Yeah, got to give Chicago credit. They've done very well thus far. Jared Takeoff. Goff is 1 year older than Mahomes, but apparently he's an old man. I think he is. Because what, he was drafted in 2015? And Mahomes was drafted in 2018. In football years, he's definitely older. I would probably have to say that. Game's, though, believing in the Bears. Will it happen? Chicago facing a deficit now, looking to get back to it. Return is up to the 26-yard line. I got to figure out who this is on the return. It is eating at me like crazy right now. Tyler Scott. I even knew that. Don't know why I'm slipping my brain so bad. Well, they need a touchdown, and they need it now more than ever. 8:02, all 3 timeouts. Mahomes was 17, that's right. A year before that crazy 2018 draft class. Lamar, Jackson, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen. One of the greatest of all time in terms of drafts. Handoff here is to DeAndre Swift. Jack Campbell stuffs it out again. It's a 2-yard gain, and Chicago going to need more than that creativity-wise if they want a shot at this one. Chat really cooking up with these nicknames right now. This is something else. Swift pick it up 2 on the opening play of a crucial drive, and now Williams on a quarterback run, running laterally, then takes off downfield across the 40. What was that? He had an emote in the backfield. He started moving forward, but his legs, what's that? He started doing a, oh man, that's a dance move. I forget what it's called though. That is awesome. Bears will take a first down any way they can get it, though. Up now to the 41. Williams going down the field. A quarter out collected by DJ Moore. 7 minutes to go in regulation, and the Bears can taste a tie game. Oh, man. Yeah, JJJ is all about the professional fandom. Cole Kmet in as an extra blocker. And off is to DeAndre Swift, and he is dumped heavily by Aiden Hutchinson. First interaction since his third sack today. 4-yard pickup. Heading on the Bears is like heading on an impoverished child, I can't lie. What up, Delroy Wilson? Williams now from the pistol. Looking to fire this one downfield up the 36-yard line. And that's just enough, actually, for Rumbadunze. What's going on, Lav? Close one late. Another excellent game to add to our catalog here in the 2025 Sim season. Could we have overtime number 2 on the horizon, though? That's the question. Bears try to tie this game up and at least force overtime. Williams again will fire this one complete to DJ Moore on a 5-yard crosser. Yeah, no Chili sighting today, am I right? Scroll up through chat. I don't believe he's been here. No mods today. It's a rarity. That's for sure. Just about the midway point of a crucial fourth quarter. Already 21 points scored in this one. And here goes DeAndre Swift. Hits the exterior inside the 5-yard line. First and goal for Chicago. And I misspoke, actually. We are at 22 total points because of that 2-point conversion. Regardless, though, Chicago looking to add to it. It has been a monstrous drive thus far for the second-year quarterback out of USC. Handoff again to the former Lion, running through defenders and route to the end zone. And Chicago forces the tie. There he goes again. He has looked good all day long, and finally he reaps the benefits of his extra effort. DeAndre Swift. I feel like he was always done dirty by the Lions. I mean, again, like, he was just in that transitional team phase. I don't know. The extra point, though, is a big one for Cairo Santos, up and good. 30-30. We might need a 30 for 30 on this game at this rate. 4:56 to go in regulation. I have to imagine a 30-30 tie is scoregami. We will check it out, though, just to be sure, because I might be cheering for the tie here. And this is a good time for me to throw out the live poll on who you think is going to win this game based on the score and scenario. Can't believe I almost forgot to do this today. I think I've only not done it in like one stream since I started doing it. Tie game. Who's going to take it, though? The Bears, the Lions, or the world-famous tie game? Santos on for the kickoff. Lions on the return from the 5-yard line out to the 25. 30-30 is not scoregami. Unbelievable. Hard to believe, but I guess that's the way it is. No chili equals no tie? Question mark? I mean, this is the best, probably the best case scenario for a tie game. With, I guess the game being knotted up with 5 to go in regulation, but dangerous offense on the field here. Chicago again trying to force a turnover. All knotted up at 30. Goff again, well protected. Finds his crosser there as Jamison Williams pointing out blockers. Got to worry about Jalen Johnson first, though, who makes the tackle after an 8-yard pickup. And John Zeller with a $5 dono. Another great Bears game, win or lose. And if we lose, making papers. There you go. Appreciate your generosity once again, my friend. Extending your lead at the top of the all-time donation list. This time it is Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield, who will get the inside handoff and make his way forward. And not enough for the first down, just short. What's going on, Will Hutton? Madden's usual defense, yeah. I'm all for it, though. If it's going to be high scoring, at least let it be close. We take those all day long. Huge play here, though, on a 3rd and inches, and the Lions not even showing a running back in the backfield. Goff is being hit as he throws, and he won't even get it off in time. He is sacked. Jonathan Owens, that is, in fact, the husband of Simone Biles, with a huge play and a loss of 5. Bears will take back over. Could we have another upset brewing? Caleb tried to throw the game away, but he fought back. And now maybe Chicago going to play with the clock here. We will see what they do. Devastation for the Lion fans here inside of Ford Field. They will have to try again if they can get the ball back. But for now, it is time for a legacy drive for Caleb Williams. All tied up here against the reigning number 1 seed in the National Football Conference. 3 minutes, 16 seconds. In a 71-yard football field. Dick Gamble would go for it. Honestly, based on the time and scenario, might not be a terrible idea in an offensive game. Chicago, though, does not want to play with their food. Looking for any points they can get here. That pass knocked away by Brian Branch. Austin 316, shout out to my favorite wrestler of all time. Stone Cold era was legendary. I'm a big late 90s, early 2000s WWE kind of guy. Love it. Williams back under center after the incompletion. QB1 off the play action, checks it down to DeAndre Swift, puts his foot in the ground, and he will fall forward into a tackle by Jack Campbell. Williams now over 300 yards passing with the 1 touchdown and the 1 interception. I turned 20 this year. Eek. That is on status. Monstrous play here on a 3rd and 7. Lions trying to get the pressure home. It's not going to happen, though. Luther Burden, a magnet with the football. Catch number 3, and the first one that didn't go for more than 20 yards today. Drive continues, time still ticking away. And that is now in favor of the Chicago Bears. What a huge play that was. Got to take their time here. Again, if they get into field goal range, do not want the Lions to get the football back. Williams, though, going for it all downfield, and it is dropped by Roma Dunze. Now, always joking about the Elk status, obviously, but sometimes I don't feel old, though. I feel like my whole life's behind me, and it's like, I don't know, man. I'm in my teenage years still. It's just the way it is. Love the demographic on the channel, though. One more snap before the 2-minute warning. Going to be another pass for Williams. Sets his feet, fires this one deep downfield, busted coverage. DJ Moore's got a touchdown. Bow and arrow for QB1. What a toss from Caleb Williams. 58 yards, and the Bears take the lead. Woo-hoo-hoo. Wow. What a dime and a half. A post route that opened up the entire middle of the field like the Red Sea was parting on both ends. Kirby Joseph getting torched in coverage. What a play by number 18. What are we up to now points-wise in this quarter? Bears are about to be at 22, and the Lions are at 14. A 36-point fourth quarter. Unreal. Williams completing a crazy good drive, and Santos will tack on the extra point. Perhaps they scored too quickly, though. Did they leave Jared Goff too much time on the clock? And will a team led by Dan Campbell go for 2 if the situation progresses in that direction? Going to end the live poll here. Majority believed in the Lions, but now all the faith in Chicago. Don't know working Bears reverse psychology? It might be. 2-minute drill time, though, for Detroit. What'll happen here? Santos on for the kickoff. And here it goes for the Lions offense. And they will begin with great starting field position. Terrific return there by Khalif Raymond. A-Rod preying on the downfall of the game here with an interception call. Could happen. Very easily could. Overtime still a possibility. This is about to be the longest stream of the season so far, and you can see why. High-scoring affair for both of these teams. Ben Johnson revenge game could be a full succession if the defense hangs on here. Screen pass set up to Jahmyr Gibbs. Excellent opening play, picks up 12. Moves the chains up to the 44-yard line. And what will the next 56 yards look like for the Detroit Lions? Lions score a touchdown. Do they go for two? I hope they do, man. It would be entertaining. Great start to the drive nonetheless, though. Going to try to set up another screen. Beautiful tackle made from behind. Grady Jarrett forces a 3-yard loss. Yeah, he could tell based on the blocking where that football was about to go. Terrific heads-up play. Lions down to 2 timeouts, by the way. Minute 25, Goff takes a step. Not sure he was ready for it. There's Tim Patrick down the middle. Stays on his feet across midfield. 9-yard pickup. Time continues to tick away here at Ford Field. It's crazy here on this chat today, man. Something else. Just 2 third-down conversions all day for the Lions. Looking for number 3. Here is Goff rolling into pressure, and he is sacked for the 7th time today. Never stood a chance. All the way back to the 37-yard line, and they got to hurry back to the line here too. Man, no chance to breathe. Dan Campbell wants to hang on to that second timeout for dear life. Goff here needs a full 17 yards, backpedaling. Can he find an open target? Checking this one down, never going to work out, and the Bears get the stop and the win on the road in week 2. Wow. Not a soul open downfield. This Bears defense has done their job when they needed it all day long. Tyreek Stevenson calls game. Huge. Well, it wouldn't be week 2 without another upset. Can't forget to check the stats after the game, though. Lions have 2 timeouts. It won't be enough, though. Believe they can kneel this game out and just call it there. We'll see what Madden thinks, though. That's what ultimately matters. But all things considered, though, what a game. And again, I can't call that check down unrealistic because the Titans did that with Josh Dobbs with the division on the line in Week 17. But we are, 5 games into week number 2, and we still don't have a 2-0 football team. Feels like everyone nowadays is just 1-1. Chicago, though, will absolutely take a road victory over the Detroit Lions. No doubt about that. Caleb Williams delivers when it mattered most. 36 points scored in the fourth quarter. Absolute cinema. First quarter was great, too. Pretty sure there was 21. It would have been more than that then. That was 19 points scored in the opening period. Huge game. Fumble kneel down. That would be the most Bears thing ever. Don't think it'll happen, though. Tomorrow, we got more great divisional rivalry matchup. In week number 2, Patriots head to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida, taking on Tua and the Dolphins. Patriots will have a chance to become our first 2-0 team down south in the Sunshine State. Final kneel down taken by Caleb Williams, and he deserves all of that victory formation. Got the stats. I will not forget. No matter what I try. They will punt it away here, though, in all likelihood. Time is going to expire as Chicago will snap the ball and put this one away out of bounds harmlessly. And the Bears pull off the upset in week number 2, 37-30. After a 22-point fourth quarter, Chicago steals one in a Ben Johnson revenge game. Beautiful for all Bears fans worldwide. Huge game for them as we take a look at the player statistics. Caleb with a 110.3 QBR. Would have been a lot better, actually, if he didn't have that interception in the fourth quarter. Nonetheless, though, rushing DeAndre Swift had himself a pretty good day. 4 yards a carry. David Montgomery never got the love he should have. He had 2 great carries in the first half. Never saw the field again. There's your receiving, though. DJ Moore with a huge, explosive second half. Romadunze had that couple of great catches as well. Where's Luther Burden? All the way down here. 3 catches, 113, and a touchdown as well. Amon-Ra, 3 for 76 and a TD. And Laporta, 5 for 60 with 1 as well. So a great game here in week number 2. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Looking forward to tomorrow and hope to see you there.